Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starcraft. I am Zoronden and this is another game sent in by the fans to zoronden@gmail.com. In the top left corner, our first combatant is going to be Aruncart. Aruncart? I think it's Aruncart. Yeah. And in the top right corner, the red Terran, VocaloiD. So, this is going to be a nice ZVP map, getting a little bit away from the Zerg that I've been doing a lot of lately. And this is a decently long match, so I am going to speed it up a bit. And if you are watching this on Thursday, the day I'm releasing it, I am currently on my way to Comic-Con Chicago. Gonna have a lot of fun there. I'm gonna bring you guys a few more videos of StarCraft, and hopefully I do what I want Friday as well as a few things from Comic-Con. So stay tuned for those, and I'll try and keep you updated on that, but keep in mind videos will be a little light because I am away from my computer for the weekend. And let's go ahead and re-engage in this map to see what's going on so far. What you'll notice is Vocaloid has thrown his barracks and his factory to the left corner here, as well as he is grabbing a starport. So a 1-1-1, and if we bring up Aruncart's vision, when he scouted up here, he actually didn't see this stuff. So he might think there's a proxy or something going on. He might be scattering around looking for that, but for the moment, there's a wall off here. The gate was up, but those Marines polished off that probe. And here we've got two Hellions. Look like they're going to try and sneak into Aruncart's base and try and do some damage. But there's a few units on the ramp. A force field traps them in. Both Hellions going to go down without even doing, no permanent damage done whatsoever. That's unfortunate loss for Vocaloid. But check this out. There it is. He has a medevac on the field now. So we should be seeing some Hellion drops now. Going to get around that ramp issue. And I did bring up that production tab there for you. Forgot to bring that up earlier yet again. But we will make do without it. And we have a tech lab going down on that starport, so we'll maybe look for some Banshee play or something else along those lines. Perhaps a swap of the factory and the starport. We'll just need to keep an eye on that. And where's that medevac? There she is. Going to grab those two Hellions and probably do a Hellion drop here. Grab it in that corner and get some nice damage done. Does have a Stalker and a Sentry in his base though, so Aruncart is at least somewhat prepared for this and may have spotted it as he warps in a second Stalker. Here come the Hellions, gonna have to get away from those Stalkers. Doing a blast there, a probe goes down, another one goes down there. A couple of them are chasing him, not really a good choice for those probes. They get sauced in the face. More flames going down, the Stalkers have stopped moving. One Hellion goes down. Here comes the rest of the troops for Aruncart trying to get in here, but the probes almost caught out of position. They're going on the offensive. That is not what he wants to do. They pull off, killing off a few more that are attacking yet again. Another costly mistake. I think he's doing it on purpose though, and that is just not what he wants to be doing. Gonna move back up here. Gonna pot shot a few more. One Hellion left. He needs to try and get out of here. Perhaps even go for this line with that Immortal out of position. He may be able to kill a few more probes here. Unfortunately, he is having to move away from that Stalker, mitigating his damage, and he is going to have to run on home. Let's see if I can bring up all the wrong tabs here. That's what I wanted. And he killed 16 workers. A very impressive run by those Hellions. Well played by Vocaloid, doing some nice economic damage, and even saving one of his Hellions. Anytime you can save a harassment unit like that, I advise it, because you can use those down the road for defense, attack, whatever, scouting, any kinds of stuff. A saved unit is a bonus for you in any case. And check that out. He has grabbed a Raven and looks like he also now grabbing a Banshee, so kind of grabbing a mix of air units. Not entirely sure what his decision is on that, but we shall see. He's obviously also grabbing two factories, so we're probably going to see a mech-heavy build. I don't know why we wouldn't with 3 factories on the field. And he's also going to grab this expansion as well as 2 more bunkers. Obviously morphing that into an orbital command before he moved it. Not necessarily your best option when you're looking to fast expand or to just expand quickly. But in any case, he will have extra mules at this time, and he has done it before. His main has run out of minerals, which is utterly brilliant. And we do have double eBays. Oh, eBay and an armory going down for VocaloiD, so he's going to be looking into getting plenty of upgrades, as he currently has, yes, none at the moment. Not even stim. Might want to look into getting stim there, buddy. And let's check out and see if Aruncart has any upgrades, and he has none himself. No blink, nothing like that. He is making good use of his chrono boost, though. I always like to see that. Well, I guess it's a 50. Yeah, not quite as good on the natural chrono, but that's something you can watch for as well. And let's check out the energy on VocaloiD, and he's doing a pretty dang good job of that. He's ready for another call down, but that's okay. You can have a little bit over. Not going to complain about that. It's not crucial that you get it right away. And this Banshee's doing a little bit of harass. Does take down 2 probes before he's got to pull out. And only a Stalker there to actually stop him. So a little bit of harassment out of a Banshee. I guess that's what he was looking for. We do have plenty of mech units coming out. Looks like we've got, well, not double siege tank production, but at least 1 siege tank on the way, as well as plenty of Hellions. And unfortunately, VocaloiD is now supply blocked. And a Phoenix on the field as well for Aruncart. Just about every unit popping out for both players here on the map. I am going to speed it up again as we are sitting in a lull point. And again, I said this game is quite long. I think I said that. Whatever. Here we have another drop coming in. 3 Hellions this time instead of 4. And there they go. Going to move out. Going to catch these probes off guard. 1 goes down. Quite a few more go down. And more attack. He's done that quite a bit. Aruncart needs to mitigate that. And a cannon now on his mineral line. That is going to help for future attacks that may come down the line. And that medevac's not going to make it home. The Phoenix right up there sniping him. And that is why Aruncart grabbed the Phoenix. Nice move on his part. He's going to move in there, take out a SCV that was building the tower, and have to retreat after that, as there are now Thors on the field. Let's check out that unit tab just to see what's on the field at the moment. Thor, Raven, Marines, Siege Tanks, Hellions by VocaloiD. He's also had Banshees. So quite a few unit mix by VocaloiD. As for Aruncart, he is pretty much stuck to the base ground units, as well as a few Immortals, which I always love, and a few Phoenix, whatever the case may be. And that is a lot of Hellions. Let's go to normal speed here, as a few Phoenix flew into VocaloiD's base. Going to look to do some damage, but we now have Vikings on the field. So the array of units continues to widen by VocaloiD, just getting everything under the sun. Hey, if you get everything, you'll have units that can counter Aruncart's units. Probably not advisable to build every unit. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. And looks like Aruncart is going to be going for a 3rd at this time. And now we have Archons coming onto the field for Aruncart, and VocaloiD has countered that by adding on Ghosts. Why wouldn't he? And it looks like VocaloiD's going to go on the offensive here. We're going to go down to normal speed so we can catch this battle in all its glory. And good lord, that's a lot of Hellions. We have 13 Hellions on the field. A Thor, 6 Siege Tanks, only 11 Marines. A little surprising about that Marine count. He could definitely use a few more of those guys. But here we go. Looks like we're going to have a big attack very soon. Looks like he's kind of testing the waters. And look at this. These two armies are going to engage. Got a nice shield going up by Aruncart, but that guy gets popped and sniped so quick. The Immortals are doing considerable damage at the moment. But look at the siege line just blasting away on Aruncart, doing serious damage. But seriously, those Immortals just did it for Aruncart. Without those Immortals, he would not have pulled that off. And VocaloiD's army just melts under that onslaught. Both armies took considerable losses, but Aruncart definitely came out on top of that. And with those nice warpses in, he is going to quickly rebuild that army. Of course, we go look at VocaloiD's base, and he does now have 4 factories. So he's going to be building up that mech army fairly quick. And look at that, he even kept 5 siege tanks back at home, keeping them safely and soundly. And I have not been paying attention to VocaloiD's expansion. He's now up to 4 bases, and this one's even a planetary Fortod. So that is going to defend quite well. Over here, Aruncart is maxing out his 3rd here, getting almost saturation. Oh, and a couple Vikings snipe a probe from up top. Unfortunately, one pays with his life, and the other two barely get away with quite a few bits of damage there. And again, gonna go a little quicker. Watch the red and blue in the center of the map. We don't want to miss a thing. I'm gonna bring that production tab back up, as we do have upgrades going down by both players. I'm going to slow it back down, as it looks like Aruncart is looking for some damage. A scan there by VocaloiD, and a second one, and a little bit sour about that second scan. But he does indeed catch Aruncart's army. And look at that immortal count. 6 immortals back in this army group. And look at this. VocaloiD is just building planetary fortresses all over the place. I guess this is the same one from earlier. But he is going to block off that ridiculous 12 siege tank line right there. And if Aruncart engages right here, it's going to be serious hurt town time for him. Do not want to do that. And oh my gosh, that is a sensor tower on the map. We never see sensor towers. And I think Aruncart knows those siege tanks are there. He does not want any of that business. And he's just going to hold back for the moment. And another scan by VocaloiD. Getting a little happy with those scans. I would definitely be a little more preservative with that. And check out all these towers. What is going on down here? VocaloiD has money to burn. Going to town with that cash. I would build some more troops and engage instead of building towers to your heart's content down there. Not going to do a ton of good in the long run. And both armies just pacing their cages. Scans down left and right by VocaloiD. At least he's keeping tabs on Aruncart's army. I don't really recommend that many scans. Ooh, we almost got an engagement here. Looks like we might get one. Siege tanks go down. Not quite. And, oh, High Templar! Oh, they could have gotten so many nice storms. But just didn't get them off. Oh, they had no energy. Ooh, definitely unfortunate about that. Don't want to engage with your High Templar if they can't do any damage. And the siege tanks are siege. Storm goes down. Not a lot of damage done there. Here come the Thors trying to back up the unsieged tanks. The siege tanks siege. Another storm goes down, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Does a little bit of damage to the Hellions. But Aruncart does back off for the moment, as he does not want a piece of that siege line. He did manage to pop about 5 siege tanks, though, catching them off guard there. A crucial mistake by VocaloiD at that time, but he is grabbing another planetary defense fortress here. So getting happy with that money. Kind of planetary fortress crawling across the map, as we see. Interesting decision, and a mothership on the field by Aruncart. There's so much going on, I can barely check the production anymore. Upgrades continuing to come down for Aruncart. He's very near 333. Hellions doing some more damage to probes. They do have Blue Flame at this time, killing off quite a few probes. Obviously, that army liquefies them pretty quick. And look at that, 46 workers killed by VocaloiD. He is reigning, controlling Aruncart with those harassments on his probe lines. And that planetary fortress is not long for this world. VocaloiD needs to cancel it as soon as possible. Oh, I don't know if he... Oh, and he did just get the cancel before it burns up in the atmosphere. I guess it didn't do that. But here comes this army. Thor's going to work. The siege tanks are all sieged. Needs to be careful about that. Scans going down to detect the cloaked units under the mothership. Oh, and a vortex sucks up all the Thors. There go the Archons jumping into that toilet. The siege tanks trying to do work against the Immortals, but the Immortals are dang strong. A few more go into that vortex, and that vortex is about to open up. Here it comes. Just not enough Archons to do the damage to those Thors. Those Thors pop off the mothership and get finished off by the Archons. And the few remaining tanks are going to go down as well. Whew. Aruncart pulls off that victory, but not too many units left in his composition. And what do we have by VocaloiD? There's a few Thors. Let's bring up that unit tab. 2 Thors, 2 Vikings, 2 Hellions, and 71 SCVs. But look at this. Oh, that is double orbital. I'm just completely baffled. VocaloiD needs more scans. That's what he's doing at this time. This is a nuts game. I do not know What's going down? Check out the factory field. 8 factories, 3 starports, 9 factories, and he dared to get 2 barracks. Another planetary fortress, I would assume, will go down there. Quite a few Thors coming into battle here. Aruncart sitting happily over here. Going to be chased off there, and here comes another command center. Probably going to be another planetary fortress, as this one probably will be as well. And there it goes. Here comes the planetary fortress. Going to guard him with the Thors and Vikes. And just, it's insane. It's almost like creep spread, except it's a Terran doing it with planetary fortresses. Here comes Aruncart going to town on that orbital, and it wouldn't have been long for the world except for those Thors and Hellions and Vikings all come in. Quite a few Zealots go off, and Aruncart just backs out of there as this is getting ugly for Aruncart. VocaloiD is starting to encroach on his territory. You gotta be careful with that. And more siege tanks now joining the battle. Looks like he did not morph a planetary fortress, just kind of floated around, possibly looking to make it his new front fortress. And here comes another engagement. Siege tanks tried to go to work on the Nexus, but had to go work on the army here. A few Vikings come in with no targets to shoot. The Thors are about all that's left, and feedback going down on the Thors. Brilliant damage done to them, but the army has to pull back, just not enough forces there. And those Thors are definitely going to pop that base. The probes trying to retreat. They're going to get slaughtered, at least a few of them. Several do escape. And another scan going down. Quite a few more Archons coming in as their energy is drained at this time. And VocaloiD's army is getting dangerously close to Aruncart's main. And we have quite a few sensor towers at this point. We usually never see any. And there are now 3. Here come another engagement. Check out how many Immortals there are. More feedbacks on the Thors. Archons trying to go to work here. Thor's just having a flying party in the air. Excuse me, Vikings. The Thors are all gone now. The Immortals doing their damage to that siege line. Need to go for the few remaining sieges over here. Another scan going down. Try and get those siege tanks to fire. They are just done for this world. They go out. Where'd those Vikings go? They're just having a party over the base. They're going to actually transform and go to work here. Trying to take out that starport. Where is Aruncart's units? Not even engaging at the moment. There he starts to work on the pylons instead of the actual production facilities. Going to go to work on that cannon. Don't need to be hit by that. Here come a few of Aruncart's units. What he actually has on the field. Both players actually pretty low on units at this time. Going to try and take out that Dark Shrine. He does not want Dark Templar running around. Of course, with as many scans as he has, it's not going to be much business to detect him. He's desperately trying to take that down. I think he's going to get it. Oh, it's so close, and it makes it with 29 hit points. Oh, so close to going down. So Aruncart's still going to be able to produce Dark Templar. For the meantime, VocaloiD coming down with more Hellions, looking to continue his harassment that he's been doing all game. However, 4 turrets or cannons aren't going to let him really do that. However, he finds a bit of a gap in here. Again, a few turrets there, not really going to let him do much. He does manage to kill off a few probes. I'm going to try and position those Hellions just right, but a few Stalkers and an Archon coming in as well. Didn't really get there, but they managed to clear that up. And just look at this. More units just streaming out of this production facility by VocaloiD. And this has gotten quite exciting here, guys. I think I've been talking for 5 minutes straight, non-stop. Another scan down by VocaloiD. He's going to roll in here and catch these probes out of position. Going to take down a few more probes. Let's check out his probe count kill at this time. 82 probes. He's killed more probes than he owns. I'm going to have to try and retreat those Hellions. I think these two might get away. Ooh, just barely getting away. Going to be protected by this massive army that's going to have another army engagement here. Looks like Aruncart wants nothing to do with it. Going to try and pull out, but bad pathing on those Immortals and getting caught off guard. That one almost died. Going to use those reeds to sieging up. Here we go. However, that is a lot of Immortals. I don't know if VocaloiD can hold it here. Those planetary fortresses are definitely going to help. Siege line going to work, liquefying everything. Immortals even going down. There were just so many siege tanks there. Only 2 remain. Here come a few more reinforcements, and Aruncart has to actually pull back from the planetary fortresses. Just too much damage for him to handle. These Hellions are going to try to sneak up into Aruncart's base. He's had an observer there to see him, but they're going to only find 3 probes here. Not really much harassment left to do in this game, at least in this area. He starts wanting to go to the south few bases, and those Stalkers clean that up quite easily. Check out, we have more landed Vikings down here in Aruncart's base. VocaloiD looking to do some damage with them soon, and he is grabbing one of the last remaining untouched mining bases on the map. Well, another one up here, of course, as well. And here comes Aruncart. Looks like he's going to back off again. And it looks like VocaloiD's even going to be putting turrets up by his planetary fortresses there. And an engagement by the Vikings landed. Going to go for those Stalkers. The Vikings should have it. The Stalkers got to back off. Here comes a Hellion even to the party. Those Vikings are going to manage to kill off the Stalkers unless he micros them quite perfectly. It looks like Vikings are actually going to go for the probes instead. And the Stalkers are going to clean them up at this time. Speed up a little bit. And here comes another grouping of Hellions. Going for this huge probe line again. Killing off so many probes in this game. The probe harassment has been insane by VocaloiD. He just does not want to give that up. And look how many more Immortals are on the field. I gotta see how many Robos are up here. Looks like 4 total Robos at this time. He could actually use a few more gates. Not too many on the field. Oh, and I'm missing an engagement by the fortresses against Aruncart's army. Starting to do serious damage to those Stalkers. And again, he has to pull back. Changes his mind again and then pulls back yet again. And just those fortresses do so much damage. He did actually kill off one finally. And a minor victory for Aruncart there. I'm kind of taking a breath here. Not much action at the moment. It's nice to get a breather at the moment. And it looks like VocaloiD is finally going to, well, not really finally, but going to grab the final base on the map. And looks like he's just kind of doing some mule mining at those bases that are up behind rocks at the moment. And obviously this mech has been intense by VocaloiD this whole game. He does have about 32 points of supply in the lead at the moment. More turrets, quite a few turrets going down by VocaloiD there. And it looks like we might get another engagement here. Here comes Aruncart. Plenty of Immortals in this army composition. That planetary fortress is doing some nice damage against them. The siege tanks are now sieging. They weren't sieged. Missed some nice damage there, and that fortress has fallen. Here they come again. Thor is getting on the line. Blue Flame Hellions. Vikings not doing much. Are they going to land? Here they come. All the Immortals are out. One left. VocaloiD has actually broken Aruncart's line, and Aruncart knows it. He GG's out. And I gotta say, VocaloiD, fan that sent in the game, oh my gosh, great late game. Early was a little slow, but your probe harass was insane. 99 probes killed. I don't think I've ever had that many probes killed in any match I've casted. That was intense, and you kept it up. And honestly, it's probably what won you this game. Other than your mech play, of course, your mech play was very good. Very good call on that. Look at all these factories. There's 4 there. There's 8 over here. Just insane amount of production. And your tanks and your Thors, very nice. And you kept it up. Your army got defeated. Your army got defeated. Your army got defeated. You finally broke the line. You probably could have gotten some mech armor. So a few more upgrades, but other than that, brilliant play by VocaloiD. Aruncart, you did a good job. You tried to hold the line, but unfortunately, that probe harass took you down. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was a little bit longer of a game, but man, was it exciting there at the end. I am, of course, Zoronden, and if you guys want your games casted by me, you can send them into zoronden@gmail.com. That's in the information below. If you liked this game, please do sub and thumbs up the video. It helps me out, and I will catch all of you on the other side.